I'm gonna say by default maybe, but not necessarily. Nicki Minaj dropping 2 joints.
Yeah.
Was the big story this week.
Yeah.
And of course, we're not gonna cover that like everybody else. So Chun-Li and then the
Barbie team.
Yes.
Barbie
yes,
team.
Barbie team. Yeah.
Barbie
Whoa,
team.
bro. That's how
Yeah,
you feel?
see?
Already,
That's how you
Jones.
feel?
See?
Okay.
Party teams.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So we
You
see
know what
Jones-
season it is.
Right. Right. You know what I'm saying?
She's invaded your thoughts.
Right. Since we already know where Mike Jones stands on this,
Obviously.
you know what I'm saying?
Party teams. Really, bro?
Oops.
Blah, 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 blah.
So that, and then the clip of her obviously being spliced out of her crying on the Beats One radio about the whole motorsport issue that was out, and now the competition that's in play, whether Nicki and Cardi want to acknowledge it or not. First, I do want your opinion though on the 2 joints, because I see people going hard. I'm working on my book, so I ain't really get to like all of my social media and this. But when I get out there, first thing I see is people going in. They're trying to diminish what it is. These like 7 minutes of what Nicki Minaj had for 2018.
Yeah.
So from both of you, what did you think about the joint?
Man, Chun-Li, I'm not that big a fan of. I get it, but I'm not a fan of that.
Okay.
Barbie Tings, I was like, all right, I see the bars and I see what you're doing. It kind of reminds me of Stupid Ho a little bit. It got like that same clap in it. But both records is cool.
Okay.
My thing, I told Mike this earlier this week, I think she shouldn't have done the whole "these songs are coming" type shit, like that promotional angle, because I think like she already know that the season ain't going towards her. Like people's already ready to hate. So like one of my homegirls, Jay, she was like, "Who asked for this?" When the pictures just went up, who asked for these records? Like, and that's the song.
It was like,
I ain't heard song 1, and it was people that was agreeing with. I think she should have taken the Drake angle and just dropped them shits out of nowhere. That way, it's like, all right, it's new heat out here. Let's see what she talking about, and then you just get people's raw reaction versus people already kind of like ready to hate.
Right.
And I think the record, for the most part, I think the records are cool. I don't know if they're going to do anything. I've seen both sides. I'm seeing people like, nah, man, fuck these records.
Right.
And I'm seeing people like, nah, I dig these. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they Barbies or not, but I see people gravitating toward them a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, I think what you said, like I like to call that pre-hate. You know, like people get in the space to hate.
Yeah.
When the song, like as soon as the songs drop, they like it's funny because I just randomly had my email open, and then like 2 clean versions. I was like, oh shit! Like how do you trip over yourself to like open an email?
Right.
The computer's in front of you. Why are you tripping?
Right.
So I listened to the clean versions of the songs first, and they both again, I come from a DJ perspective, so I'm always thinking the club or how am I going to program this. So both of the songs are up tempo, which was a little surprising. I just kind of feel like Nicki she's peaked, and I said this to Mike Jones earlier. I mean, I think she's past her peak. I think at this point she's just going to live out her stretch. She's going to do her features. She's getting more run on her features now at this point. To me, she never really has been all that strong as far as a full project top to bottom.
Yeah.
So I don't know if what we're expecting, what we're looking for. She's had some strong songs that got a lot of run, a lot of burn. Back in the first 2 albums. And even but her strength seems to always kind of be like a strong 16.
Right.
If I can hear her sandwiched between Drake and Wayne, I'm good.
Right.
I'm in there. 16, I'm going to get 16 hot Nicki bars.
Yep.
But, she's got to stretch that out over 3 verses, times 16 bars.
Right.
Yeah. It's going to get rough.
I'm glad.
So I posted the trash emoji. Like I was dropping the songs, and I put Nicki trash emoji, Minaj trash emoji, trash emoji, Minoji, a new word. And it got the reaction that I was trying, because really I'm just trying to interact with people.
Absolutely.
I am not necessarily in the demographic of one way or the other. Right. I'm only looking at her songs from a programmability. Will this go in the club?
Right.
And to me, the last record that she was on that I still rock in the club is that song with Drake and Wayne.
Oh yeah, the truffle butter.
Truffle butter.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
I still play that because I play open format for old people.
Okay.
So it's a 30 and up crowd. So and occasionally I might throw the shit is from my sons. That shit.
Right.
The shit it on them. Like,
Shit it on them. Shit it on them.
For word association.
Right. So I might play shit it on them just because women, and as much as we talk about Cardi to Nicki, I think the reason why a song like Shit It On Them and the reason like Bodak Yellow is because women need to be able to jump in and rap along and feel like those verses, and you said this in the episode from last week, just the women can feel empowered by the things that she's saying on the songs.
Yep.
You said that, not in those words,
right,
but it's
no.
basically that's what your point was, is that, Bodak was 3 minutes of women being able to say, "You little bitch, you can't fuck with me if you wanted to." Oh shit! So, so whether your girl that don't really f with rap like that, she can relate to that.
Yep.
Every woman has a woman on her back that she is trying. Oh, these bitches can't stand me.
The bitch at work.
Right. And that and Shit It On Them was that song for Nicki, and we kind of want that Nicki back, and she does do that. So the answer to a short ass question. They're all right. They're all right. I wasn't. Yeah. I mean, I think I kind of agree with Jones now. In retrospect. Maybe it would have been all right to just drop them shits and just
be done with it.
Yeah, because then you have no expectation.
Yeah, but she's and the reason I said that she didn't is because she's a major artist, and it's like that's what major artists do. Like 48 hours, bitch. Be on 11 a.m.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that because this whole dropping shit at midnight, nigga, I'm in bed. I got a whole morning show the next morning. Like, people done digested the damn album by the time I get up at 4:30. I'm like, the fuck?
Right. It's like, wait, what?
It's already like early, thoughts on it. I'm like, fam.
Like, I just had breakfast.
Relax.
Can I get my juice, fam? Like,
it's a classic all day already. It's a classic. It's a classic.
been playing it since 12:01.
Right.
Okay. So,
no, exactly.
yeah.
All of that got said, because that's literally where I want to take the conversation as we steer forward. Because I heard both of them. I let the hype die down because that's what I like to do with these new releases. Give me I want 48 hours. Let y'all fans stand up, and then let me listen to it.
Okay.
Old school.
You know what I'm saying? And then with me not even being on social media the whole week, I didn't even really get even congested with the whole fuck Nicki Minaj or oh my God, she back. The world is over. Like, I missed all of that, and I listened to them, and I was like, honestly, these songs are good. They're good. They're good songs. Nicki Minaj can rap. We already knew that.
Right.
We didn't learn anything new, and I think what the problem is here is that people, and I'm talking about the general public, because now we're on the Barty wave.
Right.
People were expecting bangers. People were expecting street anthems. People were expecting runaway hits, and she didn't deliver. And I'm going to say that if you've been paying attention to Nicki Minaj, you should never expect that.
True. Yeah.
Because I look at this whole situation with both of them and how this goes, and I see one comparison. And what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to throw out this question here. Was Nicki ever really ready for competition in the women's rap division? Do you think so?
I think she hasn't had any competition for so long, and it's hurt her.
Yeah.
Okay. So, she won the BET Award like 6 straight years or something.
Yeah.
Like, it damn near felt like they was going to rename it the Nicki Minaj Female Rapper of the Year. Like, that's how many years in a row she didn't have any. So, you talk about stepping on the court with no competition every single time for 6 straight summers. Yeah. Fam, you killing. You hitting threes. You lay up. Your dunk game is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so now all of a sudden, boom, you up against the Golden State Warriors after playing 6 straight years of scoring 110 points by yourself every time you stepped on the court. Nigga, I averaged 110 a game.
Right.
Okay.
Who gonna beat me?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're going against Draymond, and yeah. So I think I think that she was not ready, and it's no fault of her own. Mm-hmm. It's just the game just had she needed to be able to set the game up to kind of make other women want to. Yeah. And then it was like, yeah, okay, there is room for us. There's space because the whole girl power, it's just, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think kind of going with what Mike said, man, lack of competition makes you soft. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not prepared. Like, one of the things that made Jordan great in the 90s was he was going up against the best constantly, and he wanted to beat them that bad. Same thing with Kobe. He's like, I want to beat y'all that badly. Like, Nicki ain't really had nobody. Like, after a while, it was like, you bitches is my sons, you bitches is my sons, you bitches is my sons all the time. It was like, all right, all of them are your sons.
Right.
Who are you? Now, when you got this chick out here that come with this smash that's killing records that you tried to throw out last year, it's okay, I got to do something. What am I going to do? And like I said last week, if she just plays the game her way, I think she'll be okay, but it won't be like, yo, Nicki got a new record out. And it never been like that for me anyway. But, like, it doesn't matter as much anymore because you don't have, like, we looking for this now. We want this out of our female rappers. We want to shit on chicks. We want to, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
How else can I explain it? We want to relate to you. And Cardi is relatable. Nicki, not so much anymore. Like, everybody calls Nicki fake, like her fake ass, the whole Barbie thing. Like, all that is kind of played when you just got Cardi out here essentially being herself and winning. So it's like, how do you...
With a fake ass and fake titties.
Right.
Hey.
And she a mix too. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you brought that up because I think it's only being magnified right now. All of that because like I think there's never been a time where I haven't heard about Nicki Minaj having a fake ass and that literally steered me left or right on her music. Right? I don't think she was ready for competition at all. It was weird to me when Nicki dropped and she felt like she had to still get Kim the fuck up out of here. And I was like, but wait, she just got out of jail. She ain't even put out no single yet. What are you talking about? So, like, that was all weird to me. What I'll say is this, and I was thinking about comparisons on the way here, and the first thing I thought of, this is Ja Rule 50 Cent all over again for me. And I'll tell you why. Okay. So, right now, Nicki Minaj is Ja Rule. Okay? Ja Rule... in this period of in this stretch of time, in his run, which is one of the greatest hip hop runs ever, we can talk about that later if y'all want to. Consistent hit records. You know what I'm saying? He had a little something for the streets, but we don't. Up until New York, which was late in the game, we didn't really think Ja Rule had a lot of street anthems, but he made hit records that influenced pop culture, crossed him over to a greater audience. He turned down the Fast and Furious franchise, which is the dumbest move ever in life. He even understands that now. Right. But, 50 Cent has always hated, Ja Rule's guts. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been a thing. But it don't matter when he putting out Your Life's on the Line. It don't matter when he has Ghetto Quran. It don't matter when he got Like My Style or Problem Child. None of that matters. Right. What matters is when In the Club drops.
What do you do?
And then it's like, oh, wait, hold on. Now I got to pay attention to him because now my fans know who this is.
Yep.
Right.
And then 21 Questions comes out.
It's a problem.
And then, then he's just with Eminem and Dr. Dre and like, oh, okay, that's the engine.
Well, you can't forget Wankster set all that up.
Exactly.
So Wankster set it up.
I was forgetting. Right.
So Wankster set it up and it was like, ooh. So then In the Club was like the bomb that dropped.
Right. Yes. To get my timeline 100% accurate as
that's why I'm here as the old man. I'm here as the OG.
You know what I'm saying?
The timeline guy.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So when Wankster comes out, and it's established he's on the Shady Aftermath G Unit engine, and then In the Club, it's like, okay, now we have a serious problem, and that's what Cardi has done. When Cardi dropped Gangsta Bitch Music Volume 1 and 2, Nicki didn't give a fuck,
right?
But a lot of people didn't.
True.
Like nobody really cared. She dropped the Red Bars joint. Nobody cared, but I was like, yo, she's getting better, or she's got a really great writer with her. Either way, what's being produced is a problem. I said that summer. And then a week or two later, I want to say, Bodak Yellow comes out. And that burned for a minute. Like, it wasn't no instant number one. Like, that's the slowest burn since Bad and Bougie.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. So, and then there was this campaign, a literal campaign to make this record number one. And in the midst of that, remember what happens earlier in that year, everybody trying to get Remy to get Nicki the fuck up out of here.
Yeah.
And so now you got two options. You got two options to get Nicki further. Now she got to get so far the fuck out of here. She over in Beirut. Now she got to go all the way out there.
Yep.
And then so from there, now it's like everybody's on the Cardi train. And like we said last week, well, like I said last week, because I don't want you to have to speak for my words. I was like, she is the voice of this new era, Insta thought or just broken girl trying to come up.
Yeah.
And Nicki's never been the voice of that. Nicki's always been the I can rap just as good as guys. Right. That's been her shtick. Mm-hmm. So when you have a person making bangers for women versus a woman who's just making hit records and can really rap, no matter when they meet, it's unmatched. Because Nicki.
That's some real shit.
You know what I'm saying?
That's some real shit.
Nicki can't do what Cardi does because she, pen-wise, can't dumb it down that far. Nicki Minaj can't make hey, little bitch, you can't fuck with me if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Like, she can't do that.
Yeah.
She can't.
She can't make it that simple.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
This is, again, another good comparison. The Nas J thing. I love Nas. I still say he won. We'll talk about that another time.
Man.
But the thing is, when Jay got to give it to me, when he got a Can I Get Her, when he got a Girls, and Nas got Made You Look, it's fucked up. It's like, oh man, he can't fuck with you. It's an argument for perception of casual fans, no matter what happens.
True.
And then when you got the Nicki fans that's caping on behalf of Starships and Anaconda. Then you're really fucking up because it's like y'all don't even listen to Rap Weekly. What are y'all talking about? So I think not only was she not prepared for competition, she wasn't prepared for rap competition because her collaborating with Beyonce is a good look as a superstar. She's not really in the interest of collabing with any other woman rapper to save face because we should have Nicki should have been on Rhapsody's album.
Man, this is what I was going to say, and I'm glad you segued it like that. Nicki is in essentially Jay's position. She held it down 6 summers, all that shit, right? Mm-hmm. I think Nicki should have stood next to Cardi early. That would have been her best move to keep her out of the hate situation. Because Remy is already coming for your neck, bar-wise. Mm-hmm. All right, cool. So you got to withstand that heat. You can kind of do that with your superstar power. But to keep you fresh out here in the game, like how Jay constantly does, he stand next to the new dude. Mm-hmm. Drake was on, Blueprint 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, him and Cole, man.
Yeah, Cole was on there. So you constantly standing next to the new hot thing. Kanye, back in the early 2000s, he's standing next to these dudes, and it keeps him hot forever. Nicki should have did the same move. Yo, sis, what's good? Let's make this look good. Especially with the whole Me Too women empowerment movement, like Mike Love was saying earlier. Like, if you stand next to her, it looks better for you, and you don't get that perception.
Yeah, but nobody's done that since the 90s. I mean, you can go back to you're a No Limit fan, so you can go back to the Mia X album. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of women on there. You can go to the Eve joints, and she's working with women. You know, Salt and Pepper if you want to go old man waving my hand in the air, me and In Vogue or whatever, whoever. You're not going to see that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to have, women, and whether it's in the boardroom at work or on the musical level, they're like, bitch, do you realize how much it took for me to push through? I'm not finna give you a hand up into the game. And so there are less female mentors in this. Like, girl power is a real thing. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, women want to see other women win. Mm-hmm. That's the one thing, but they're not really trying to help each other out. They're not trying to help each other to win.
Bars. I'm glad he said, hold on, wait. We got to let that breathe. Hold on, we got to let that breathe. Because that's a fact. That's a fucking fact.
That's real life.
Say it one more time. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Joseph. We got to let that breathe. Because this is real. We've never said it on air, but it's the fucking truth. One more time. Say that again.
Right. So women are all about girl power and looking out for each other. Like, they want to see each other win, but they are not willing to reach back and help each other, pull each other into the game to help them win. Finding a woman mentor, we work in radio. Let's keep it 110. I work in a radio station where women are like, I'm not mentoring that bitch. No, that's not going to happen. I'm not mentoring that bitch to make her better than me. Not realizing that when you help bring people up, that makes you better. That's something that women, whether you're talking about Nicki or whoever the fuck, that's something that women simply cannot see because they're the only woman in the room. Yep. So when you're the only Remy, like nigga, that's it. Who the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm not finna. She gonna take because now what Cardi is doing is she's replacing Nicki in our hearts. So why the fuck am I gonna help you to replace me with the next young hot new bitch? That because there's so few, so it's a double-edged sword with women in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like there's girl power and they want to see each other win, but they can't reach back because that bitch is the new me, and she's going to take my spot, and I cannot give you her. I cannot help, and they should. How many people was Beyonce? What? Chloe and Halle and Chloe?
Yeah,
they're on Parkwood, whatever the name of that damn label. Other than that, I'm not helping these bitches out.
Now my thing to add to that though, even though that is a fact, I think women like the look also. Women like the look. They want
everything is about the look.
It's about the look. Now my thing would be like with the Drake video for the Nice for What video. He got all these women in the video and this women empowerment in a Drake video. Yep. How much better would that have been if Nicki pulled that shit off?
But would have been.
But it's the look, just the look. I ain't really gotta fuck with you, just the look. Then I fuck with you.
But let's explain Nicki's look. But first, shout out to Mike 10 for saying, Mike Love for saying, let's keep it 110 because I was some odd number too. I'm like, let's keep it 117 right now. Wow, that is an awesome.
See, we got some things in common.
Yeah, exactly. That was awesome. But to your point, I'll say this: Nicki has always presented herself and positioned herself as a woman that you don't really like, but you gotta respect her talent.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think, I mean, I don't know any other duo or two rappers that this has happened for. Nicki's the first woman to shine as a lyricist or a real rapper amongst two male superstars, Drake and Wayne.
Okay.
You could go back. It's DMX, and you could say Jadakiss, but I would argue Eve is way bigger than Jadakiss. You
more lyrical?
No, not more lyrical. I'm just saying, like
at that moment,
it's like when it's time for you to come up. Eve, like when you go to the stat hierarchy of Rough Riders.
Got it.
Eve's number 2. She's number 2
behind Jadakiss.
No, behind X.
Oh. You mean lyrically or popularity?
Overall.
I'm just talking like stats, fame. Got it. No. Jadakiss would eat her alive in a battle. Like, I want to preface that because I'm sure somebody was like, "What nigga? You guys like Jadakiss motherfucker can't fuck with Eve?" I'm like, no. I'm not saying that.
Got it.
All right.
Thank you.
But yeah,
for clarifying.
You know what I'm saying? But then you like Kim, like it was Biggie, and I mean. But she really wasn't on Bad Boy, so you can't say it's Meg. She just stood next to Big. She can out-rap Lil C's, even if she don't write her raps. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that can happen.
That's real.
You know, Pun died, so Remy got a pass. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And people don't respect Fat Joe. I think Fat Joe is super dope, but that is what it is. So Nicki's the first woman to stand next to two prominent hot guys and still be like, nah. Nigga, I could be Scottie Pippen. What the fuck is you saying? Like, I ain't Rodman. I damn sure ain't Ron Harper. Like, I could be, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could be the Pippen of this
I'm not just the first lady by title.
Exactly. Right. There you go. Got it. So you add that together with, honestly, you could always say, like, she's always had this unendearing quality about her that just shows on camera in her look, like in her face. And I'm not saying, like, she just looks like one of them, like, oh, no, fuck this bitch.
Resting bitch face.
Yeah. There you go.
Just a lifetime resting bitch face.
Yes. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then when you have
like, smile,
just,
and the shit like, that angers women, like, smile.
Yeah.
Like smile.
Exactly.
Motherfucker.
Right. Like, even when she was on Beats One, she was looking mean, trying to hold back her crying. I was like, it sounds like you're about to get rageful and vengeful, but you look kind of hurt at the same time. So then you bring in just someone so endearing like Cardi B. And then somebody that's just, I mean, and we know when niggas get out of jail, you just getting love. So that's Remy, right? You know what I'm saying? So you add that in the mix, like she's already third. Like she's already third. And then Rhapsody for people that really listen to rap, they're like, oh, well, this girl can really rap too. And then everybody, because we've seen this happen online, especially on your Fans of a Critic post, Mike Jones.
Definitely. Man,
Rhapsody been better than Nicki. Y'all late. And she got the Grammy nod. Y'all been late. So you have all of that together.
Yeah.
Nicki wasn't prepared for that. In my estimation, no way she was prepared for that. Because she was like, all I gotta do is out rap or rap on par with Drake and Wayne, and I'm good forever.
Right.
Unfortunately, what she discounted was the women's division is so light that everybody is gonna come in like the Golden State Warriors. Everybody gonna come in looking like LeBron and the Cavs. Like you're gonna get a Timberwolves situation with all them together. Shit, hold on, they're gonna be hard as hell come the third season if they gel. Like, and she wasn't prepared for that.
No.
You know, like she was the Boston Celtics in the '80s. Like that was literally, it was like, hey, we gonna run this yard on these niggas. I'm out here. She's the Bill Russell of hip hop, and I love Bill Russell.
Any more basketball analogies? I see they go. He's like, I go back to the '60s. I go back to Converse short, low cut.
Cuts. You know what I'm saying? And the Air Jordan comes out and the shit changes forever. Like, I say that, and I want to know, are we too hard on just the women's rap division in general? With all that being said, everything that we brought about Nicki, competition, Cardi and Remy and Rhapsody, this is the first time that I can remember where we actually had 4 women that are rapping that everybody, I would say, cares about equally, or at least we know their audience exists. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, like when Eve, Charlie Baltimore, and Remy then too, and somebody else, like, everybody had to play the back. So somebody had to play the back. And Missy, because Missy was always around. Right. But it's like, Eve is the top, and y'all over there until something happens for you. Like, it's cool. But now you have, a woman with a gold album out. Then you have a woman with an anticipated album out. And then you have a woman with a Grammy nomination. And then you have the woman who we're waiting to drop the rap album that we're never going to get in Nicki Minaj. Like, we just do. Because she can't deviate and then, do pop records now. I mean, not do pop records. Right. That keeps the lights on. She got to do it. Like, she's not going, no matter what happens with the album itself, it's not going to compete with what Cardi B did. But she needs to realize it doesn't have to. That's not her audience.
Right.
So why is it that guys can take an album off? Everybody, Kanye to Jay to Nas to Common has had I'm gonna do this little concept album. Yeah. Common had the Electric Circus. Yeah.
Universal Mind Control.
Exactly. Kanye had 808s and everything after 808s. Jay, Blueprint 6, whatever. Yeah, right. Everybody has dropped an album where it's like, Nas with the nigga album, whatever. Like, why is it that female artists why can't a Nicki say, I'm gonna do the lyrical album, or I'm gonna do the street bangers album that my fans have been asking for since day one? How come she can't do that when all of these male artists have shown that there is room and you will get another chance and you will have another album? Like, why can't she drop that album?
I'll say it's because since them young white girls from overseas was singing Starships on Ellen, she can't. She can't. It's like, nah.
Or she won't. She can't or she won't?
I say she can't. I got to stick to my script. We don't know Nicki for making street anthems and bangers. Yeah. We don't. We know her for being able to really rap well alongside other men and putting out very pop-friendly hit records. So I'm going to say she can't do it. Because hell, Chun-Li, by the title alone, should have been a street anthem. To me.
I kick shit.
You're right. You know what I'm saying? When I see Nicki Minaj, Chun-Li, I'm actually expecting, okay, damn, did she call Metro up? Is the is that the sample being
Come
looped
on,
here?
Man. Come
on. Is it the elements of Nicki Minaj, Chun-Li on any streaming device? I'll say this as a man, because y'all can't pull my card. I was actually excited for that. I was like, oh shit, Nicki done playing with you bitches. It's a wrap. Women's competition is here. Like, let's go. Hey, no, her verse on the Gotti shit is still harder than anything that she's put out.
Man, you ain't lying.
You ain't lying. So your thoughts?
Now, my thing is this. Nicki's never delivered a classic, so she can't take no days off. There's nobody in hip hop nowhere in hip hop where we unanimously say Pink Friday is a classic, or Roman's Revenge is a classic, or The Pink Print is a classic. Right. So she can't take no days off. What you mean? You ain't delivered what your peers have delivered, who just happen to be male. Mm-hmm. Kanye was on a 3-4 album stretch before he got it experimental. Mm-hmm. You can't take no days off. Jay has delivered Reasonable Doubt, Blueprint, Black Album, Nas. He had delivered I Am, Illmatic, all that shit. Stillmatic.
Yeah, but guys have never had to be everything to everybody like female rappers have been throughout history. Look at the female rappers. They have to do radio joints because they're already being marketed as radio. I don't care if you're talking about Salt and Pepper, Eve, Lil' Kim. All of the women that we speak of, have had radio bangers because, motherfucker, I've signed you to be on the radio.
True.
To be in front of people.
I think it's because their demo is for...
And the demo is women. So you gotta have.
That's the advantage, though, too. See, and that's why I'm like, that's actually the advantage, because we know the number one consumer of goods and services
on the planet,
right? On the planet Earth. I don't know about Neptune, but on Earth, it's women.
It's women.
So when so as a woman making music, honestly, I don't know why any woman should be bricking in any music genre. I don't. Because
you got a built-in fan base?
Yep.
But women are fickle.
Good. Yeah, but even so, you should have at least one song that 51% of the women fuck with. Like, you should. Like, it's different for guys for this reason, because, for a long time, rap was like, you about that life or you ain't. Mm-hmm. And then it was like, that's what nerd rap, weirdo rap, whatever you want to call it. But then it was like regular people. Like Q-Tip said a long time ago, if rappers rapped about their real life, a lot of people wouldn't be as interesting. Mm-hmm. He said a lot of albums wouldn't get made because a lot of shit just wouldn't be that interesting.
Right.
And then so we get sold on theater of the mind, and just the aspect of being from New York versus Houston makes you different. Because you're like, whether it's beat, whether it's flow, something else is different. Unfortunately, the only minus for women, in my view, is they have men telling them what women want. That's it. It's like, but that's why I kind of like what Cardi is doing with Partisan. Mm-hmm. And this is why I am going to respect her ear, because she was like, no, that song is dope. I want that song. And then, and that's, because hell, look how I personally, I won't speak for y'all, look how I clown Drake for Take Care. If Nicki drops Take Care, that's probably sells 10 million. I'm just going to, because Marvin's Room versus Maria's Room is so fucking different. Yeah. Fuck that bitch you love so much sounds way harder than fuck that nigga that you love so much.
You know what? That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like, I look at it from that perspective. Now, if Drake wants to write the next Nicki album, then now all bets are off.
Oh boy,
all bets are off. Which I would recommend at this point, because she's throwing they names out, and specifically Drake's. Well, Drake got God's Plan ringing off. Mm-hmm. Drake's got this joint, that joint. You got Chun-Li and the Barty Tings, and everybody just from perception alone. She's right. The Nicki hate train is real, but you got to counteract that with something hard that people can't deny. We were in the midst of calling Drake the softest nigga on the planet, and he dropped Hotline Bling. And then even niggas was like, you know what, that shit actually go.
But around the same time he drops Hotline Bling, what else does he do? He kills Meek Mill for a season. Yeah. For at least 2 seasons.
Right.
Like Nicki's not coming off that. Like if Nicki was at least like dominant in last spring when she goes up against Remy, I think that kind of helps a little bit, because people are like, man, she got Remy the fuck up out of here, and that doesn't happen. It was iffy at best. Everybody was like, no, Sheetha, and all that other shit.
Which is trash, man. Sorry.
I agree, 100%. Sheetha is ass. And also, to speak to your point about having a built-in fan base, I think women need music to get ready to. And they're always trying to get ready to the new hottest shit. Right. So, yeah, like, yo, old shit is cool, but, like, if we 6 years in, how long am I going to get ready to, Yo Gotti, a 5-star chick?
Oh, no. You're talking about the Rack It Up.
That too.
Yeah.
That too.
I forgot, because she was on both of them. Yeah, sorry.
She killed that.
Yeah,
that was a great feature.
Yeah, great feature. But how long is women supposed to be like, oh shit, girl, we going out, we go like?
See, that's what I'm saying. Like her style is more set up now for her appearances. Lady Red said this. Like, she killing the game, you know, because Red is like a woman. She literally jumps on the clit of whoever is hot at the moment. So at the time, she's like, man, ain't nobody fucking with. 6 months ago, ain't nobody, like, you look at Nicki's features in 2017 and a little bit before that. So while Cardi was killing with I just saw Bodak.
Yeah, Bodak, yeah.
Nicki was still all on the radio with all of her features. So she was still top of mind. She was still killing all of her features. And Red was like, man, boy, I don't know what y'all talking about. Motherfucking Nicki is killing all of her features. She's on more records on the radio right now than anybody. And I was like, yeah, she is. She's killing. But, you know, again, once we are coming around to, like, the full package, like your new songs, your new CD, it's like, I think she understands the pressure, and I don't want to say it's getting to her, because that was what I was thinking was taking Cardi's album so long. I was like, man, maybe she's folding under the pressure, but you know, she kept it safe along the lines of what works for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what works. They probably had like 30 songs, and they just pared it down to, okay, this song sounds like Bodak, put that one on there. Okay, go through your phone. Ooh, they go bitches go, the thoughts gonna love that. You know, whatever. At this point, and then we got to talk about the fact that, you know, again, we're talking about women that are only embracing what's hot. It's kind of like what you're saying. Right. So it's like women, it seems, can only, like, because women want to feel welcome. You know what I'm saying? Like, we come from men, like we're used to, like, being outsiders. You know what I'm saying? All of our games come from that. Like, if you play basketball or whatever, we pick teams, you either first, middle, or last. Right. You know what I'm saying? Women, it's all about inclusion. We jump and rope. You know what I'm saying?
Double dutch.
Right, exactly. Let's all be a part. So women will all jump off the Nicki bandwagon together because they're very much, okay, this is what's hot now. This is what we on. We on this Cardi right now. Old bitches, young bitches, everybody's on Cardi right now. And they're getting off of Nicki, just like you said with Jade. You know, no one asked for that. You know what I'm saying? Because women are all this monolithic team of, that's why the Me Too shit is working, quote unquote, because they're all, quote unquote, working together to, fuck these guys, all is one. You know what I'm saying? So all of their movements, our movements are like, Cam quotes, I don't know, man. And Mike Jones, like, I'm with this shit, but I'm with this and this, but not that. And I'm Mike Love, I'm old, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So we three guys, we can't even agree on shit. These put three women in here, they're like, we love Beyonce. She's the bitch. The bitch in the game. Who gonna argue? Nobody. Who's the old bitch in the game? Mary J. Blige. You know what I'm saying? Like, they all. And who's the young rapper bitch? Cardi. You know what I'm saying? We've all come to, okay, high fives. They fucking banging on lunch tables is 5 minutes. Because they agreed on everything. You niggas, 2 hours and 15 in, we still are trying to come to a, you know.
But I'm saying though.
Consensus. And that's just because of how we as men debate and argue. And you know what I'm saying? Like I said, so to wrap that all up, our debate is about understanding that we might stand in a corner by ourselves with our mindset, like how you are with Dre, and you like, fuck it, I'm in the corner though. It's cool in the corner, nigga. Fuck y'all. And women are like, no, I want to be a part of everything. So okay. So that's just something to be mindful of, you know, as we view women versus men. Like, you know, we with standing in the corner on our own. Women, they gotta get, you know.
Okay.
No, that's real. Hey, I like that insight.
Thank you.
Look, the Banging on Lunch Tables podcast, a group of men just help women out. You know what I'm saying? I just want that to be clear. You know what I'm saying? We help women out right here. We get the direction and understanding the perspective. That's what we do right here.
Get these gems, fam.
That's
get
all
these
I do
gems.
is listen to women, man. That's all I fucking do all day. Man. Listen and acknowledge, like I say in my life.
You know what I'm saying?
we naturally want to solve their problems because that's what we do. We problem solve.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
They don't want that. They just want you to. They just,
understand.
Hey man, you just gave me some gems to help me out in life.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
I got a wife and 2 daughters. I'm gonna need that.
This might get some extra burn.
Right.
Here I am, the OG. I'm an OG in so many. Right. The 55-minute mark. Yeah. I mean, I'm an OG, not just it's just life, man. You know what I'm saying? You live life and you just experience everything. Mm-hmm. So not just the music, not just the radio, just shit you see every day, man. And we all have to navigate that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to navigate the hate and the distaste and the disdain and all of that. And, you know, angry women, angry guys that act like women. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That is a fact.
Like, fam, you...
It's like,
yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
So I don't know where we were, but I'm sorry.
Oh no. Hey, no.
Much
jewelry,
appreciated.
Yeah, the jewelry was appreciated. But before
jewelry, I like that.
You know what I'm saying? Before we segue,
if I use it, I'm gonna give you like all credit.
Hey, you know what? I'll say that, but I gotta give it to Red Cafe because when I met him, he said that to me, and I've been using it. And I was like, yo, I'm using that.
Okay.
And so now
See,
I'm
this passes on.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lingo relay. You know what I'm saying? So
indeed, I like
you
that.
take that.
Exactly. It's like, yo, man, no charge. You know what I'm saying? I taught white people to kick rocks with no shoes on earlier this week.
Oh damn!
They've been using it all week. They was like, yeah, they can kick rocks with no shoes on. And I was like, yeah, real shit. You know? I was like, keep that. It's yours.
Spreading the culture.
You know what I'm saying? That's right. Hip hop has evolved. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
But to back to our question before we got off on a great segment piece there. Are we, the hip hop community, too hard on women rappers? And I say that for this reason before you answer, Jones, because I know you got one. Because I look at it like this. We're now in this race where, you know, people tried to kill Cardi because Partisan be writing their raps. And then we tried to kill Nicki because, you know, well, she ain't as hot right now as Cardi or she or her ass is fake or whatever. But yet, you know, when men ain't really that gangster. Quentin Miller has made a reference track. You know, like we kill niggas off a little bit, but you still get that boom. You gonna prosper regardless. So I want to know, are we as a hip hop community too hard on women rappers for the same reasons while we just slap the hand or maybe across the cheek of a male rapper?
You know what? I'm going to throw my male chauvinist card on the table.
Okay.
For me, I say yeah, because for one, I don't often come across too many female hip-hop heads. Like, to me, like, women, most of the time from what I see, they just like what's hot. They don't know who got the bars, who is really dope. Yeah, I like that beat. Like, yeah, that song is awesome. I love the hook. Like, that's all it is. So I kind of look at women when they enter the game like, man, do you really care about this? You really fuck with this for real? And also, something I noticed, like, we let men get away with a lot. Like, we got a lot of male rappers out here singing and shit, whereas women have to come with the bars first. Like, XXX and all them, they don't really got to come with the bars, and they can still be like, oh, yeah, man, he dope. Like, people still championing them. Women have to come with bars first. Like, you couldn't have a female Lil Yachty out here. Like, we gonna look at them ultra silent.
Like, who's this remedial bitch out there trying to
get her the fuck
put
up
out music, nigga? You crazy?
Yeah. So I think off top we are hard on them because we don't really feel like, almost like they don't belong or they're not as true to the culture as we are.
I feel you.
And that's kind of unfortunate. But at the same time, we be like, man, you really trying to do this shit, fam? Like, can you really rap right now? Rap right now. Any chick. Rap right now. Like with Eve back in the day. Eve's like, I had to be in the circle with DMX, all them drag on and get it in. Because you got to prove yourself out the gate that you just ain't some pretty chick out here just trying to get paid, basically.
Right.
I think that, like, even when you go back to early rap, I think that women have had it hard because guys have been writing for women from the jump. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like Salt and Pepper coming in the game, somebody was writing their lyrics. You know, throughout the 90s, you know, Biggie writing Kim's shit. Right. Jay allegedly writing Foxy's in some cases. You know what I'm saying? So there's always been that assist that we've known about versus with guys where we always assumed, okay, Karis wrote his own verses. So-and-so wrote their own verses, you know. Man, did Lauren get some help from Wyclef or some other people with those? You know what I'm saying? So we almost expect the women to have been, you know. So when we hear that Safari wrote for Nicki, we're not surprised. We're not even hurt by it. We're like, she's a woman. She's supposed to get some help with, because we all seen the video where she's on the street and she's kicking the, you know, she's flowing like, you know, just like a New York rapper from Queens. You know, so as much as women don't like to admit, and I'll give you like a real life story and then bring it back around, because that's what I do. So I was out with Lady Red and we were hosting something, and Moni Love was there. And, you know, Red, I had to leave, so Red gets up and she's hosting, and Moni Love goes up to her like, yo, Ma, you great. You're doing a great job. You great. You know, man, I've listened to your show and you sound good on the air. And Red kept it 100. She was like, man, a lot of that is because of Mike Love. Like, I work with Mike Love. I work with a great mentor that helps me to point me in the right direction of being great. Nah, Ma, no, that's all you, Ma, don't. And what she doesn't know is that she is great because of me on the radio. She wants to see, as a woman, she wants to see other women, like, Red's talent is her talent, but it's raw. And I can use that same thing for Nicki and Safari or anybody that's written these raps. We meet these women that have this raw talent. So now we have to take them and mold them into the game. So whether you're talking Salt and Pepper, whether you're talking MC Light, or any of these women that came in the game, I have the original not reference track. I have the tracks, the Get Money, the studio session, Get Money studio session.
Oh, we going to my
and I might just start doing lives with these. And Biggie did his Get Money verse one time. It's one take. That's it. Kim's is like 7 takes. Like, so there's 7 different tracks of Lil' Kim doing her verse and Get Money. So that means that coming in the door, he is helping her, coaching her, writing for her, and helping her become better to get to a point where she drops hardcore and the world explodes. That is not something that we have to take for granted. Like we have to say, in every situation, show me a woman that came in the door that a man wasn't holding her hand as a raw talent and said, you know what? I think you're good, but here's what we're going to do. And you got that look on your face, Mike Jones.
No, I'm just trying to think. I want to say Cardi.
No, she got plenty men.
But we don't know.
Nigga that's rapping the verse.
You know,
I feel what you're saying.
You know Partisan and Offset. That's all you need to know. You know Partisan and Offset.
I'm thinking out of the gate where it's not a woman standing next to somebody. Like even Rhapsody. Like with Ninth Wonder, he had to polish her up and get her to the point where she.
Exactly. But see, that's what he's saying.
Women don't want to hear that.
No, I'm just trying to think.
Women don't want to hear that. They want to believe that, you know, their God-given talent is what got them there. But really, it's a guy that helped walk you in the door, shined you up a little bit. You know, like, hey, get the fake ass, get the fake titties. We gonna get these bars. You got bars, so let's brush that off. Let's tighten it up. Let's make songs into that.
Now dudes don't have that same thing, because it, like, everybody don't start out great. Like Nas wasn't Nas out the gate. It took like Search to help polish them up. You know what I'm saying? So why do we give women less credence? Is it just because they're women?
No, because more guys are coming into the game with a better understanding of song structure. Like Kanye obviously got it coming in the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is some shit. I mean, and that's not to say that, you know, obviously I watched the Roxanne Shante, she's battling niggas on the street. So obviously women can be doing it from a young age. I just think that, you know, her greatest song, even using Shantae's example, is the song that Big Daddy Kane wrote, Have a Nice Day, where he shined her up and was like, we gonna give you 16 bar verses because you haven't been doing that, because you don't know any better. All you know is freestyling coming off the top. Here's song structure.
Exactly. No, and to both of your points, and I'll say that I see the reason why is like I always try to separate hip hop versus the music industry, the music business, that is. And I mean, a lot of guys come in on some hip hop shit.
Yeah.
So in hip hop, you can rap. What kind of I can rap? You know what I'm saying? Like what Beanie Siegel shows up and raps backstage
right.
and all.
Yeah.
Hey, no, Jay, I can do something with that. Yo, get the paperwork. Let's get him out of here. You know what I'm saying? Nas could really rap. He's on the main source track, and everybody's like, oh, yo, no, I got to work with that kid.
Right.
So then, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, women don't really have just that, oh, I love hip hop first. I admire Kane. I admire Rakim. I admire KRS. I'm going to try to do what they did. You know, like, it's like, even the women that admire women rappers don't aspire to rap. Versus, you know what I'm saying,
That's true.
It being the other way around. Like, I know a lot of women who love Queen Latifah, but they don't really know anything outside of UNITY and living single.
Yeah.
I was like, but she did the intro. She did the intro for the shit.
I'm rooting for y'all ladies.
That's because there's no room in a woman's ego to be into, like, as guys, like, we got room in our ego to embrace all of that and this knowledge and love, all that. Women are like, it's about me, bitch. Like, and it comes across in all of their lyrics and all the stuff that they rap about. So it's like, why would I, and it goes back to what I was saying earlier, like, why would I help other bitches come into the game when it's so hard for me to get to where I am now? So it's just a full circle. But yeah, to your point, just as far as women, I think that there are obviously, like, Eve had to, you know, stand in a cipher and like go for hers. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very few. I'm guessing somebody like a Rhapsody did have to kind of show the guys that, you know, she was on hers, whereas maybe none of the other women did. Like,
I don't imagine it ever being like a Cardi B and like I don't know. Casanova cipher. You know what I'm saying? Like whereas I'm very sure it's a video of Rhapsody and Fonte rapping somewhere.
Yeah, you know what? to your point, and like the BET Hip Hop Awards, I don't think she's too large now, but she can still do it. I doubt we'll ever see like a Cardi B in the cipher amongst everybody else. Like we've seen Rhapsody, we've seen Remy do that. Like we probably won't get that out of Cardi ever. Yeah. Or we've had Nicki even do it.
Yeah. Nicki is one of the best ones, matter of fact. I love the Joe Budden verse on that. He killed that, but we'll move on from that. Joe Budden's my guy. I love Joe Budden.